Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Gaming Daddy channel. Today we're going to be talking about the Division 2, the Summit, and kind of the leftover time or the time left for this game to continue its relevancy and all of that. Now, when I throw the word relevancy, somebody who's deleted the game a while ago will say, "This game isn't relevant. Go watch Twitch." No one's watching Twitch. No one's watching, this on YouTube. And I laugh because relevancy is the value that a game gives to a player, in my opinion. Right now, the Division 2 has added a huge amount of players because it's constantly gone on sale, gone free to play for a limited time anyways, to encourage more people to come in. And this price point and these incentives that the developers are using is actually attracting a lot of players. And it's in a sense irksome for maybe the old player base who say we've given up on this game is this and that. It may be irksome if they hear me say that apparently the new players are actually enjoying this game like crazy. They've never seen anything like it before. So we, the old players, we're used to this quality of game, whereas they've been playing some other really weird, I don't know what they've been playing, PUBG and all that other stuff. And then they come to the Division and they see a game that has real world design, wonderful, the best environment design that you can find anywhere, done by an Ubisoft company. They look at the RPG-esque nature, look at the UI, look at the animations, and they say this is amazing. Whereas to us, that's just the standard at the lowest base. We want the game to be much better, but at the same time, there's this tussle and this struggle in a time constrained manner. Because if you look at the Division from where it was on day one, look at things like skills, weapon talents, and all of that, and to where it is right now, the game is actually a better version of itself, because we gave all that feedback. We got to the point where we said we're just too strong. Enemies don't seem to be challenging enough, to the point where enemies are now very challenging, and we're still even strong. And I'll address being strong, the power fantasy, in another video. I'm seeing these little complaints, and I'm like, yeah, you need to get out of your soapbox and put your M1A down and build to match the content. But that's a whole different conversation for another time. And so, is the Summit designed to revive the game or bring the old player base? Because the game didn't go anywhere. The reviving the game is easily done by marking down the price. Apparently, the developers and their marketing team continue to do this, and so they continue to just flood in players every time at a very small price point. And I don't think the Summit's intended to do that. I think the Summit is designed to stretch the calendar. As crazy as it sounds, if they want to bring back the old player base, they already know exactly what to do. And from watching the state of the games and seeing Yannick, I strongly believe that there is something that he's got underneath his sleeves in order to throw down during the holiday season. And the holiday season is a very important season. Many people seem to want to write off that season doesn't provide relevance for a lot of games, or provide an opportunity for games to just basically ride the wave of advertising and marketing. And that's why they've teased this Code Nightmare event. I don't know exactly what it's going to be, but I still don't even think that the Code Nightmare event is even what it needs, what is going to be that thing. That Code Nightmare event is just there to also stretch that calendar so that they would eventually bring the big package that they have for the community. I genuinely think it's going to be a survival mode of some kind. They may not call it survival, but they will probably be bringing something that allows for PvE and PvP. I know I'm going to see the comment that says I'm crazy, that it's not going to happen, but I saw these same comments before Warlords of New York came out. If you want, I can point you in the comment section or in the description to videos where I talked about New York being a potential arrival, and you can look through the comments and you're going to see the exact same thing. Why do I continue to follow this methodology? The methodology is based on the fact that Massive has the dire need, the central need, to be a company that continues to make video games and find ways to make profits and grow itself. This need is going to drive them to do these things. The only problem about it is the community, in some sense, or some members of the community, seem tired of waiting or are willing to come check it out whenever it comes back. So timing is kind of the essence, but that's only in our perception as the player base. But on the long run, they cannot finish the work when the work is not finished. They can't give you this package when it's not complete, because these devs, I have a sense that they are working on something along the lines of that, and also a Division 3, because that content is going to be the platform at which they launch a Division 3 campaign or a tease or an announcement. Because if they announce the Division 3 right now, it's not going to resonate well. The community's feeling is absolutely really weird and shaky. So they're going to bring out this huge chunk of ginormous content and drop it on the heads of people who are the constant critics, and then they're going to announce to everybody while they're happy. That is exactly what Massive wants to do. They do it all the time. Very secretive studio, and then they'll have something huge planned hiding underneath their sleeves, and then whenever the complaints are starting to heighten, they'll just stuff it in the mouth of the people that are complaining. I don't know why they keep doing that, but that's kind of been their MO. But when I say it now in this month of September, it just really sounds like I'm out of touch with what's going on. When in reality, I saw this thing coming before even they dropped the Warlords of New York. And it wasn't just me. There were many people in the community who saw it as well. So when they made the announcement for Warlords of New York, it was nice to get, but it didn't really surprise a lot of people. Now, how can they execute this? How is this going to actually fly? We've talked about a potential survival mode on, the Division 2 using DC62, using the True Sons, using all kinds of different, I would say suggestions. But one of the really cool things at the heart of the community is New York. These developers know and understand that there is a weird attachment that the really grounded player base has to New York. So if I see them doing something like this, I think it's going to probably exist on the New York map. But then I still have to hold my horses because there are a lot of technical issues to bringing something like that to this current generation of consoles. One thing I've noticed is since Warlords of New York dropped, the Division 2's performance on the PlayStation 4 from reports has really, really dipped, even to the point where people are now getting blue screens. I've never, ever heard of a game causing, the PlayStation 4 console to get a blue screen. Maybe there are games like that. But at the end of the day, it still goes to show that the Summit is not designed to bring this game to, this place that, people are saying, oh, is this the mode that they were going to use to revive the game? You assume that the game was in trouble anyways. No, they've made their money. They sold their first 10 million copies at this price of $60. That already rang in, the money that will be, acceptable for a good AAA release. Then we also have to look at the aspect of perhaps Ghost Recon Breakpoint affecting the Tom Clancy universe because of its bad sales, Ubisoft making a terrible mistake, and potential delays with content for us, and then them working on Avatar. But if you ask me right now, Massive has 700 employees. We have heard rumors that there were probably going to be layoffs or whatever, but they haven't laid a single one of them off. They're still hiring, according to their advertising on their page. They're still hiring for the Division 2, which might be a mask to hire for Division 3. But that just kind of should tell you that a studio with 700 people are not working on an Avatar game. That's just crazy if that many people are working on one game. Ubisoft studios usually are multi-game studios. And so they probably have 3 parts of their crews, one working on Avatar, one part probably developing and, basically fine-tuning what will be a Division 3, or maybe it's even like way progressed, we don't even know. And then most likely the other one or the other team working on this so-called content where they're going to launch the platform for. And I don't think it's going to take them too many people because, it seems like it's dragging on, but think about the hardcore mode. The hardcore mode, they announced and said this was being worked on by a team of folk who said, this is not going to take away any development time for some of the other content within the game. And that team worked on the hardcore mode and delivered it in a beta form, and then now it's actually a thing. So it's not out of the question that they have a team of, a few people. I don't know what the number will be that's working on this, huge content. And then you also have people working on the Code Nightmare, and all that stuff. So the game right now, I think they have a process in their studio going on. I wish we could learn and see more, but as much as they try to be much more, I would say, transparent, they are just as opaque. They will come out and talk on state of the game, but at the same time, you will learn very little. But you follow the pattern, you follow the innate drive for them to want to make money, you're going to see the end game. It may be difficult to see right now because that's just how they make their own cycles. But I can almost with certainty even say that this is something that they want to do because as a business, they have to basically follow that. But at the end of the day, it will still go down to, what players actually do think. But then I have to also try my best to dispel the notion that we see all over the place with people saying, oh, the game is dead. No one plays the game. Excuse you. We've been playing the game on stream, and there are people jumping in on my... I don't even roll with a lot of my friends. They're just people that are in the community that jump in and play, the game with us on various levels because they're probably new, they like the game, and the price point is, just providing an influx for more people to try the game. So we're just in a really weird waiting place as kind of more, I would say, seasoned players, but the new players are here, and I think if they love the game enough, they'll probably add to that population of players that would want to, I would say, partake in whatever this new content schedule, and I'll call it a potential year 3, is going to be. So I'll talk to y'all soon. Let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. And if you think I'm crazy, by all means, let me know in the comment section. I just have this certainty that you might eat your words like the people who ate their words when Warlords of New York came out after I'd been talking about it for at least 2 months. But hey, it's okay. I also could be wrong and also eat my words, which, at the same, you can always come tell me, that I was wrong if it never happens, if you get what I mean. So I guess in the spirit of, playful, competition and a challenge, we're just going to have to go by that. I'll get out of here again. Like I said, peace.